It's crazy. Like, if this were on the NBA side, that referee would have been fired before the game even ended.
To the point where even LeBron posted on X saying, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the blank players dictate the outcome of a close battled, tested game."
She at least jumps 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. She at least takes 4 steps at minimum. She might have taken 5. She hops, stutter steps, and doesn't put the ball down until she gets in the paint. Breanna Stewart gets the ball here. She turns around and kind of just chucks it up to the basket.
Have you ever seen a championship stolen right before your eyes? That's what some people are saying about the WNBA Finals. But hold up, is it really that simple? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Let's talk about what went down in those final seconds. A controversial call, a sea of angry fans, and a championship that might be tainted forever. You think you know the whole story? Trust me, you don't. Picture this. It's the final seconds of the WNBA Finals. The crowd's going wild. Minnesota's up by 2, and you can feel the tension in the air. This is it, the moment that'll decide everything. Breanna Stewart gets the ball for New York. She's driving to the hoop like her life depends on it. The Lynx defense is scrambling, trying to hold on to their lead. And then, bam! The whistle blows. Foul called on Alana Smith. But wait a second, did you see any contact? Because I sure didn't. Let's break this down, because it's wild. Stewart's got the ball, and she's moving towards the basket. But here's where it gets crazy. How many steps do you think she takes without dribbling? 3? 4? Try 5. You heard that right. 5 steps without a single bounce of the ball. In any other game, that's a travel, no question. But here, nothing. The refs let it slide like it's no big deal. Now, check out this replay. I want you to really look at it. Smith's barely touching Stewart. I mean, we're talking maybe a fingertip's worth of contact, if that. And that's what decides a championship? Come on! The WNBA rulebook says a player's in a legal guarding position if they're facing the opponent with both feet on the floor. Smith looks textbook perfect to me, but apparently the refs saw something else entirely. You know what's even crazier? The refs stuck to their guns even after reviewing it. They had the chance to make it right, to say, hey, we messed up. But nope, they doubled down. It's like they saw a completely different game than the rest of us. This call sent the game into overtime. 2 free throws for Stewart, and just like that, the Lynx's lead vanished. It's not just the foul either, it's the missed travel.
What a terrible way to end this WNBA season.
It was 60-58. There was 6 seconds left in the game. Again, 2-point game. The Liberty call a timeout.
She has 2 fingers that look like slightly tapping the ball. You challenge something and you challenge a play that basically has the power to change the outcome of arguably the most important game for the entire WNBA season, and you do not overturn this call.
Everyone's looking like, what? That was a foul? What foul?
You know, it's a shame that officiating, had such a hand in a series.
The phantom contact. It all adds up to one big mess. And let me tell you, it's not just fans losing their minds over this. LeBron James and other NBA stars are blowing up social media about this call. When you've got the biggest names in basketball calling out the refs, you know something's not right. Fans are furious. They're calling it a dark night for the WNBA. All over Twitter and Instagram, people are screaming that the game was rigged. They're saying the league wanted New York to win so bad, they were willing to steal it from Minnesota.
The referees are always seeming to be in the conversation when it comes to the WNBA. And once again, that is the case.
We're disappointed in the other. I thought today was incredibly disappointing. The challenge, we have got to change our challenge rules, and the officials doing the game.
So Alana Smith is not in legal guarding position. Nobody wants, not even fans want to see a game ended because of a call that the referees made.
Shout out to the New York Liberty. I thought they played well. It's not their fault. The referees were heavily favoring them, but It is what it is.
But hold up, there's more to this story that'll make your jaw drop. This foul call, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking about a controversy that goes way deeper than one bad call in the final seconds. It's got people questioning the integrity of the whole league. And trust me, what I'm about to tell you next, it's gonna change how you see this whole situation. Ever wonder why some games feel like they're following a script? Well, get this. New York's never won a WNBA title before. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you look at how the refs were calling the game, you start to see a pattern that's hard to ignore. And it's not just about one team, it's about the future of the entire league. You think that foul call was bad? Let me tell you about the free throw disparity. It's so wild. You might think someone's messing with the scoreboard. New York got to the line 25 times. Minnesota? Only 8. That's not just a gap, that's a Grand Canyon-sized chasm. And it's got fans screaming rigged from every corner of the internet. But here's the million-dollar question. Why would the WNBA do this? What's in it for them? Well, let's talk about the WNBA's viewership problem. You won't believe these numbers. Game 5 of the finals peaked at an average of 3.3 million viewers. Now, that might sound impressive, but it's a drop in the bucket compared to other sports. The league's been struggling to get eyeballs on screens for years. Now, imagine Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in the finals. These two have been setting college basketball on fire, drawing massive attention to the women's game. If they were in the WNBA, the ratings would be off the charts. We're talking about a potential game changer for the league. So, here's where it gets really interesting. ESPN's already hinting at giving up WNBA finals coverage. They're talking about sharing broadcasting rights with other networks. Why? Because they're not seeing the numbers they want. And that's a big problem for the WNBA. Jason Whitlock, a sports journalist, is going even further. He's saying the officiating in the finals was so bad, it looked like the outcome was rigged. His theory? The league's desperate for a compelling story, something to boost those ratings and keep the big networks interested. But hold on, because there's another side to this story. At Game 5 we talked about, it actually saw a 142% increase in viewership compared to last year's deciding game. That's huge. It shows people are getting more interested in women's basketball, even with all this controversy swirling around. So what's really going on here? Is the WNBA trying to manufacture drama to keep people talking? Are they hoping a New York championship will bring in more viewers and keep ESPN happy? Or is this all just a series of unfortunate coincidences? Here's the kicker. This controversy might be exactly what the WNBA needed, even if they didn't plan it. Everyone's talking about women's basketball now. The league's getting more attention than ever before. But at what cost? The integrity of the game is being questioned. And that's not something you can easily shake off. But there's one more twist that'll change how you see this whole situation. And trust me, it's a doozy. The real question isn't just about what happened in this game, it's about what happens next. Will you keep watching after this? Because that's what's going to determine the future of the WNBA. So here's the thing, this whole mess might actually be a twisted blessing for the WNBA. Everyone's buzzing about women's basketball now, even if it's for all the wrong reasons. But man, talk about a double-edged sword. The league's got more eyeballs on it than ever, but at what cost? We're talking about the integrity of the game here. Once you lose that trust, it's hard to get it back. Fans are questioning everything now, and that's a dangerous road to go down. Here's the million-dollar question. Are you going to keep watching after all this? Because that's what really matters. The WNBA's future depends on fans like you sticking around, controversy and all. So what's it going to be? Are you in or are you out?